The latest episode of Loose Women, the podcast, is out today, and it is the turn of Coleen and Katie to answer your questions, and they are opening up about falling in love or not.
I used to always ask my mum, like, how will I know when I'm in love? And my mum was like, well, you won't have to ask that question.
No, you'll just know.
Yeah, and I never understood that. And I'm like, well, I was really annoyed. I was like, so unhelpful, like, you know, and I was really bad. I'd tell every boyfriend I had that I loved them. I just basically wasn't very authentic.
I'm finding so much about you, Katie.
I just think I was a bit of a people pleaser. Like, if a guy said it to me first, I would reciprocate it because I couldn't have the awkwardness of being like...
Because they're waiting for you to say I love
you.
you. Oh,
Yeah.
no.
And Katie goes on to say how it's real love with her husband Rich, but have you ever said that you love somebody without meaning it?
Oh, yes, I have. It's horrible, isn't it? I think... All right.
Don't judge her, she's lovely.
I was in a relationship which was probably supposed to be a 6-month relationship. It turned out to be like 3 years. And this person, there was nothing wrong with this person. They were everything on paper, you know, good looking, sporty, lovely, funny, just lovely. There was nothing wrong with them, but I just did not have that feeling. And I knew that they were in love with me. Ooh. And I just thought it was going to grow. I thought we would get there at some point, and we were overcoming obstacles and certain things were coming our way that we were dealing with. And I thought, right, once I get that out of the way, I could fall in love with you then. And it never happened.
But when he said, I love you to you, did you say it back?
Of course, because you don't want to break someone's heart.
Did you ever say it
And
first?
it even went to the point where, because I'd said it so many times, they did propose to me. And at that point, I just thought, oh my... And I was like, oh, we don't have to do this. We don't, you know, you don't have to do that. And it was just the most orcs thing. And in the end, I just had to just own up to it and go, do you know what? It's just not
I'm not in love with you.
I'm not in love with you. Yeah, it was... And they were so angry.
Do you wish you'd played it differently?
100%, because it's just wasting someone's time, isn't it? And I just think I was too immature
hard though, isn't it?
to kind of, you know, be honest about it.
I don't think you did anything wrong, though. I think that, like you say, if everything seems perfect, because I've had a very similar situation with somebody, and they were, and I just kept thinking, I must love them because I've got this feeling for them, and like you say, this will come on because this person is wonderful in every way. And so it's not like a mean thing, but it's like it's almost mean to yourself. You go, come on, put yourself together.
So when does it run out, though?
Yeah, you do.
Because you have these like lustful relationships where it is, you know, you're just.
Do you,
like,
Kelly? Tell us more about that.
and then you have feelings where you care about someone, but love, actual true love, is so rare.
So how did it happen with Jeremy? And I'm taking that statement back, as I said. No, but you know what I mean? So did you know with him instantly? Or was
I think I got to an age where I had no expectations. And I honestly, to be really honest, he was a gorgeous guy and we were dating, you know, long distance for about a year. And it was really gradual. And I think I fell in love with him. Like, it was really, really clear steps in our relationship. And it's family, you know. He's everything to me. I can't even... I don't know if it's just I'm ready for that now. I'm more mature. I appreciate him more. And also, I'd made so many mistakes with previous relationships. I would not want to hurt him or, like, do that again. I just cherish it so much that it's just a different realm, I think.
Do you have any experience about love, old lady?
She's coming for you today.
I think you might be playing a bit with fire now. Denise has just given me the look.
I've had many men in love with me, Kay, unlike yourself. Listen, you know, and I know sort of X or Twitter goes, whenever you're older women talking about, you know, sex and love, but I love my husband. We had the gradual progression, booty call, you know, then on to falling in love and now loving my husband and preferring to be with him than anybody. But I had a similar thing. I'd come out of quite a brutal relationship and went with somebody who genuinely was a lovely person and got me through. And I convinced myself I was in love with this person because I felt so grateful to them. And every time I went to end it, because I knew I wasn't, they would fill up and say, you know, unfortunately, they used to do a baby voice. and go, "You're not going to leave me, are you?"
Don't do that, boys.
Because
Don't do
I
that.
love you. And I would go, "Of course not, love you." He would say, "Do you love me?" And I'd go, "Of course I love you," because I couldn't bear the heartbreak that I
No,
was
it's
inflicting
horrible.
on someone. And it lasted far too long till, unfortunately, I met somebody and did it that way, which is the wrong way to do
Yeah.
it. But I only had the confidence to do it by going to somebody else. So it was not the right thing. But
Yeah. I think
anyway.
that's sometimes what happens. You don't know how to get out of a situation, so you cause a crisis.
Yeah.
By going somewhere else.
No, you get older, you get wiser, don't you? Mistakes you make when you're
absolutely.
younger.
Yeah.
Well, listen, you can listen to that new episode of the Loose Women podcast right now, along with all the episodes so far. You can listen on your usual podcast app, or you can watch it on YouTube, ITVX, and the STV player. Star of the hit drama White Lotus, Patrick Schwarzenegger and his supermodel fiancée are the faces, I don't know if they're the faces, of Kim Kardashian's underwear brand SKIMS. They're promoting the new wedding night range. There's the pictures. I don't know what you thought of those pictures. A few silky boxers there from Patrick. He says there's no excuse for grooms not to dress up a little bit for the occasion. So, is he right, Kelly?
Well, there's a lot of pressure, isn't there, on your wedding night to, you know...
Stay
do
awake.
the do. That is very... getting married is so stressful and exhausting that Jeremy and I mean, he was all, like, kind of, like, hyped up and everything on our wedding night. I was like, listen, I'm going to bed. Like, I'm literally going to sleep. You do what you want to do.
So many people will say that, though.
I wonder what he did.
You do what you want to do.
No, not to me! Not to me!
I wasn't thinking to you, I was thinking about himself.
Poor soul.
No, he went out for breakfast. He went out for breakfast with some friends. I fell asleep. Actually, it was very traumatic, our wedding. So I went to sleep. We'd got married in this lovely Italian villa that we'd rented. And my friend's a florist. And she got up really early the next day. The first day I was married, a married woman. She got up really early. She was like, I'm going to go to the villa and get all the flowers and bring them back to the hotel so we can enjoy them for the second day. Being a florist, she knows that that's something you can do. I get a phone call at 7 in the morning from my cousin and her. They're hysterical. They are held hostage in the house that we'd rented because Jeremy and I had forgotten to pay the vendor. And it all got very Italian.
They wouldn't let them out.
They were threatening to call the mafia. They wouldn't let them out. I was like, Jeremy, you've got to wake up. We've got to go and save the guests. so we had to drive around this small town in Italy, finding every cash point to try and draw out as much money as we could to go and pay this guy off to let my cousin and my newborn niece and my best friend out of the
So were they locked in?
He wouldn't let anyone out.
Wow.
It was Jeremy.
No
It's just what they do in Italy. It's just he's just being over the top.
I want to imagine that scene with Jeremy in silky boxer shorts.
Imagine him in silky boxer shorts at a cash point trying to get money out to rescue.
I like it. Well, we won't even ask you, Nadia, because you were 6 months up the duff. Still to come.